and today I'll be sharing with you this card. I'll be showing you how I created this background piece with a dip dyed watercolour effect. Once I've done at the top part, I'm going to add a bit of water to my brush, and I'm going to add some water down. Add some more water, do a few more strokes, more water, more strokes, and just keep adding more water till you've got the ombre effect that you're after. As I now have got enough paint on my card that I need, I don't need my paints anymore at the minute, but I've just gone and changed my water so I can add a more of a whiter grey at the bottom. And then I'm going to come up this way. By adding some more water and then coming up. And we've got a bit of a harsh line there. I'm just going to take some of my water off and I'm going to go back down that way. More water. It may help you to have a piece of tissue to take some of the water off your brush. Okay? If there's a bit that you're not happy with, just let it dry a little and then you can go back to it. You can let that sit and dry on its own naturally if you like, but I'm going to be using a heat tool just to speed up the process. So as you can see, my piece is now dry, and as you might be able to tell, I did dry this with my heat tool. So it's pretty warped at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn my laminator on and I'm just going to run this through my laminator to make sure it's nice and flat. So now it's been run through the laminator, it's lovely and flat again, nice and flat. So that's a great tip to use if your watercolour card has got warped in any way. I just run it through your laminator and it comes out perfect again. So what I've done is I've taken the piece of watercolour card that I've just ran through my laminator and I've attached that straight onto the front of my card blank. I then have a couple of die cuts that I want to play around with on the layout before I stick them down. I have the inner word hello die, and I've cut this out of some grey card. And then I also have some of the Maggie's Roses dies. I have the rose, and also I've cut 3 of the stemmed leaves. So you might want to play around with them before we stick them down. I think the rose may be better behind the hello. I wanted to say hello gorgeous. So I've taken the Gorgeous from the Big, the Bold and You stamp set, and I've just stamped and embossed in white onto some white card, the Gorgeous, and I'm going to have that over the word. So I'm just going to play around with these before I stick them down. Okay, so I'm going to have this flower up in this corner anyway, behind the hello. So I'm just going to be sticking it down with a little of the glossy accents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it behind the hello. Sorry, I just keep changing my mind. Right, so I've got the hello and I'm going to be adding some dots behind here, and this will grab the flower arrangement, because this way you won't see any of the adhesive, because otherwise if I put it the other way around on the flower you may see some adhesive. Okay, and then for this one, oh gosh, I think I'm going to have it overflowing the H. So I'm going to add the glossy accents to this bit here. I'm only adding a tiny bit because the glossy accents is really, really strong. It doesn't take much. And we don't want it leaking out the side. So there we have the hello with the flower behind. I think that looks really, really pretty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the glossy accents dry on that, and then I'm going to add some foam pads behind the hello so I can attach that to my card. So the glossy accents have dried on the flower die cuts, and I've added some foam pads behind my words. So, and that the foam pads that I've also placed over here will help the die cut stay in place also. And I'm just going to add that to the top portion. I'm going to have some of the die cuts coming over the side. I kind of like that effect. Make sure we're straight. Okay. I'm then going to add some more foam pads to the back of this, but I want to add it so I've just got the foam pads touching where the O is. So I'm going to use some tiny ones. I'm going to add that on now. There we go. And then at this stage I'm thinking I want a little bit of sparkle. I like the monochromatic look, so I'm going to go with some sparkling clear sequins, and I'm just going to add these on with some glossy accents again. You can use multi-medium matte, but I have run out of that. So what I do is I just kind of just roughly guess where to put them. I always work in like a triangle shape, and I like to place the sequins under die cuts and also over them. It adds a lot more interest. I also work with the larger sized sequins first. So I'll add, here I'm using the medium size. Once I've got them into place, I will add either 1 or 2 more dots in a triangle from those. I'm going to put 1 on that one and 2 on this one. So we've got a triangle on that one, a triangle on that one, and 2 on that one. I may add another one there. And I'm just added the dots, and then I'm just going to place the sequins onto the dots. Once the sequins are in place, the card is all finished. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you like the technique of the dip-dyed watercolour background. You can do this in so many different colours, and I just love the subtleness it adds, but it can also make a lot of a big statement like it has here with the black. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed the video again. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!